Sup everybody. Hey, welcome to the stream. There's a lot to get through today, all right? Quite a bit. I don't know if we can get through all of it in 2 hours. Maybe we can. Big news, big discussions. Talking about Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact is going to take a huge toll on the stream time nowadays. Last stream, I think we went almost 3 hours, and that was because we started with Honkai Star Rail and then we went to Genshin Impact. We're going to be doing the same today. So for people who play both games, this is going to be quite compact in terms of information. For people who plays just Genshin, I'm sorry, but don't worry, we're going to get to it. Because right now, there's so much news going on and there's not much really exciting things for Genshin, but we're talking and speculating about a couple things and maybe a couple direct comparisons. Welcome. And there has been the issue of me trying to record a video when live, and then it just all goes to shit, right? Like it just completely goes haywire. The stream collapses, reality shifts, we go into a different alternative dimension. But no, seriously, it just crashes my OBS. I don't know why it does that. I honestly don't know why it does that. I've been trying to figure it out and like doing it, but obviously I can't test it because I can only test it when I'm live, right? And I'm live right now, but I'm not gonna risk it now because I don't want people to be like, oh, well, I'm too lazy to come back to this dude's stream. So we're gonna be talking about a bunch of things. I'm gonna give you guys updates to my account because yeah, there's been some big changes to my account. How big? We'll see. Okay, we'll see. But we're gonna be doing an account update. We're gonna be doing some discussion for future characters coming out, and then we're gonna be talking and making direct comparisons for Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, because there's people been asking me like, Walrus, how have you been enjoying Honkai Star Rail? Like, which one do you enjoy more? Do you think that EroticWalruss has done a good job? Do you think this game is going to be competitive with Genshin? And is it weird that it would be, right? Like, let's say if somebody was playing Genshin Impact and they now are playing Honkai Star Rail, what if eventually they quit Genshin just to focus more on Honkai Star Rail? Isn't that a weird like move to make for EroticWalruss? Now, this is why we're gonna have to spend some time peeling this back and talking about it like layers of onions, because this is just not as easy as saying yes, no, maybe so, right? So we'll see. So guys, I think technically, regardless of if you play both games, the updates of both are kind of connected because EroticWalruss' intentions are having you jump between games. Very good start here. Now, let's just do the Honkai Star Rail account update. Well, since the last time we met, right? You guys saw that I pulled Jing Yuan, yes, right? We did that on stream, right, chat? Now, I want you guys to like grip onto something, so before I start showing you guys stuff, you guys don't like, you know, like you guys don't go crazy. But Jing Yuan is a very different man, at least on my account, since the last time you guys have seen him. I don't know how to break this news to you guys, but let's just peel off the bandage and go straight into it. Now, if the keen of you guys would start looking at the top of my screen here and be like, okay, Sila, Jing Yuan, he has like, oh, what the fuck? Who's this? Who's this? Oh, who's this? Girl, what? These two characters were not in my account just a couple days ago. Small changes. Okay, small changes. Clara may look the same. She certainly hasn't changed at all, pretty much, at least visually. But I assure you, even someone like Clara is not the same. Interesting. Where did this come from? Using skill will not remove marks of counter on the enemy. That is very broken. Okay? That is incredibly broken. Not that broken. I'm just hyping stuff up for no reason. A tight embrace. Wow. After using the ultimate, attack increases by 30% for 2 turns. This Eidolon is pretty damn busted, in my opinion. 30% attack. You think about that. Like that's like half of a that's like a +7 or +8. No, more than that, right? Relic. So that's huge for 2 turns. But anyways, getting her E1, I'm not mad at all. You're mad. I'm not mad. I'm a little mad. You don't need her E1, honestly. She's already hella broken. But I got Geppy. with this light cone. I got Branya with her light cone. I got Jinyuan with his light cone. And shit. They got me, boys. They got me. I swear to you, Dawei busted into my room with 3 strong men. I'm talking like they were like, their heads were almost touching the ceiling of my room. Dawei just barged in one evening, had these 3 men put me in a chokehold. They had me on the ground, pinned. Dawei like grabbed the chair. I kid you not. He grabbed the chair, lit a cigarette, sat down in front of me and says, "Walrus, you've been talking a lot of shit, right? You've been saying shit non-stop, and I don't like it. I don't like it when you say this kind of stuff. I had to cancel your live stream twice last week just to make sure you stopped talking." And then as he said that, the cigarettes burned a little bit, and then he sprinkled the ashes on the top of my head, right? And he was like, "You know what, Walrus? I'm willing to let you go if you wail in our new game, Honkai Star Rail, right? And I want you to do it off stream because we don't want it to come off as you encouraging people to wail, to spend money." So he's like, make a choice, right? Either I'm gonna end you right now, right? And we're gonna take you and you're just gonna disappear, or wail in Honkai Star Rail. I kid you not, I pulled out my wallet the second I had a chance to, and I swiped and I wailed with Dawei sitting right next to me. Yeah, dude, my hand. What do you want me to do, guys? What, like, chat? Dawei literally forced me to wail in Honkai Star Rail. I had no choice. All right, so I'm just saying, it wasn't the fact that I didn't have self-control. I was literally forced to do it. Now, I bet you guys are a little curious, well, Walrus, then how did it go down? So I see you have a Geppy, you have a Branya, and you have a Clara Eidolon. Like, so did you like get completely screwed over on the Jingyuan banner, right? Did you just lose it all, like getting 50-50s? Well, I'm glad you asked, chat. Of course. E6. March 7th. This last constellation is actually so fucking broken. No. Listen. This last Eidolon is like it's like Zhongli C6, E6, kind of, but like it's really good. It's like it turns her into a pseudo healer. And I'm about to make a video on it, but I'm too scared to make a video about it because I don't want to encourage people. But honestly, it's obviously not worth wailing on Jingyuan's banner or pulling more on Jingyuan's banner just to get it. But it's incredibly good. They are like, God damn it, Marcus Bullock. So why are they always naked in the end? And I said they. I meant it. It as in the Eidolon. The Eidolon here is very valuable because there's another Eidolon. Yeah, her E2 gives an additional shield, right? And her E4 allows you to counter twice. And her E6 it's such a great quality of life thing because you you can get up to 3 shields on your team, maybe even 4, depending on how you have her built. And like your whole team is like unkillable. Yes, it's very heavy skill point consumption, but think about it. If you get this shield on all 4 of your team, and every time they take action, they're healing 4% of their max HP plus 106 at the beginning of each turn. Honestly, once you get this on all of your characters, it's even better than Geppy's burst ultimate, whatever you guys call it. It's really good. And yes, you see me with Geppy here. I have Geppy. He's only level 40. Yes, I'm still building him up. And I have his light cone. I'm honestly thinking of switching this light cone over to March 7th and just go with March 7th for now, because right now March 7th at E6 is really good, especially for my account who's missing a healer. I only have Natasha at E2, by the way. There's a ton of other characters at, oh, my Tingyun is yeah, also E6. So I mean, her E6 is good, but I wouldn't say it's as noticeable or as broken feeling as March 7th. March 7th E6 just it doesn't feel fair, and it only feels that way because right now, like, my account is at a severe lacking for healers. So you can bet your booty cheeks I'm going to be summoning for Locha, which we'll talk a little bit about Locha today on stream as well. But yeah, E6 for Tingyun, the best waifu in the game. Ishindoki, if you guys know what I mean. Anyways, okay, let's just go down the line here. You know what? Let's just go down the line here. Yeah, you guys already seen Clara, so I ended up getting E1 for Dan Heng. Asta is E3. I ended up getting Sampo, worst 4-star in the game. I'm kidding. Okay, I'm kidding. Chat, relax. The second I said that, I heard like 3 people literally stretching their fingers about to type a comment, and then when I said relax and I'm kidding, and they started like deleting it. Listen, I'm just having fun, okay? E3, Qingque. All right. E2, Serval. E1, Herda. Yes. E6, Sushang, but I do have Sila. But I'm honestly starting to wonder, is an E6 Sushang better than an E0 Sila? I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. If I ever have the resource to build these characters, we will see. We got E2 Hook, and then I also got Arlen. Right? So yeah. That's the account right now. Light cones are, as you see, before dawn. I ended up getting, I ended up purchasing the battle pass. So I got the Carve the Moon, Weave the Clouds. Dude, the battle pass in these games help out a lot, but you only need to buy it for a couple months before you start overloading yourself with like too much resource. Once I build like 8 to 10 characters to like level 80, which is like really far off. I mean, like multiple months away in doing that. Right, but once you build like 8 to 10 characters to level 80, you're gonna realize you're not gonna need the battle pass anymore. Like right now, it feels very broken because we're so early in the game. Everybody's hungry for resources. Whales are whaling like out their minds, farming, grinding. But yeah, I ended up getting the BP, and now we got this one. I don't even know where I got it, but yeah, we have it. We got the March 7th one. Wait a minute. Let me just... Hey, there we go. Nice. Very good. We got March 7th one. And now I'm curious, do I have any for this one? No, I do not. Okay. Believe it or not, I actually didn't end up getting Dance out of all my summons. Don't worry, I'll show you guys my summons later. It's actually wild. Oh yeah, I also got Sleep Like the Dead. like my summons just worked out so perfectly. I don't think it could have worked out more perfectly, apart from instead of getting this Eidolon, I ended up getting Bailu. Like, my account would be pretty much close to perfection if instead of getting this Eidolon and I got Bailu, then that would have been perfect. Then this account quite literally would be perfect. But it's okay, it's fine. Light cones for her, I'm using Collapsing Sky, but I am thinking of eventually switching to Under the Blue Sky. Thinking about it. The thing is, right now I'm just not I don't have enough resources. I'm also thinking of using my Herda exchange for the destruction light cone. So come next week, come the reset, I'll have enough coins from my memory of not memory of chaos. What's that? Simulated universe. Then I'll be exchanging maybe something for Clara. But right now, as you guys can see, I have two teams built. I have my Jingyuan team and I have my Sela team. So I really don't have a space nor the resources to be building my Clara, which is already like, look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's like my 9th character, right? So I just don't have the resources to build this character right now. So, but yeah, Bronya, Gepi all have their stuff. My MC also is struggling right now, but we'll work on the destruction stuff. Oh yeah, this is a much easier way to look at it, like this. So I only have 4 5-star only, but I mean I have 4 5-star light cones here and a bunch of 4-star ones. I got some pretty decent ones, but yeah, right now the biggest bottleneck right now are ascension materials. So Jingyuan Jiren's level 50, but like my Tingyun, my Natasha, March 7th, Sela's level 50. I'm prioritizing my DPS level 40, level 40, level 40, and level 40. I cannot level up all of them. I cannot. So I'm gonna be prioritizing obviously Jingyuan, Sela, and then I want to prioritize Tingyun, Natasha, and then I want to prioritize Bronya. And then maybe March 7th, and Gepi might be last. I know people are like, Walrus, how are you not prioritizing, you know, Gepi over like Natasha? Listen, there's also the problem with relics, right? My relics, like, I have to farm relics eventually for my DPS and stuff. Like, I think Gepi gets much better once you can optimize stats and stuff like that. But right now, I cannot optimize his stats. The only big power spike I can rely on right now are my Eidolons. Yes, this is literally pay to win. Like, this is as pay to win as you can see. The reason I am even able to clear and crush certain contents right now is because I have obviously like E2 Jingyuan, E6 March 7th, E6 Tingyun, and E2 Natasha. They're all under level. Like I'm in, look, I'm Trailblaze level 35, and I am at Equilibrium 2, right? Because I'm level 30, working my way to level 40, and only Jingyuan is level 50. I kept all my characters at level 40 here essentially, and the only reason I'm not absolutely getting like curb stomped, and I can even level up 2 different teams. Like, this is so dumb. Don't do what I'm doing. I leveled up like 9 different characters to level 40. Which you should not be doing if you're a free-to-play player. If you're a free-to-play player, focus on one team, just one team, and go hard on it. And the only reason I can still clear content is because of my Eidolons. I'll be honest. Are you getting Silver Wolf too? I've been thinking about it. Then I can use Sela, I can use Bronya, and I'll probably use either Locha or Natasha. Actually, I don't know. I'm still confused. Sela, Bronya, Silver Wolf, maybe Gepi, maybe a healer. I don't know. My Jingyuan team is probably gonna be Jingyuan, Tingyun, because they have good synergy with each other. Honestly, I think Tingyun has better synergy with Jingyuan than with Sela, but you can also run Bronya, Tingyun, and then a healer or like Gepi here. But yeah, I think if I were to get Silver Wolf, it'll purely be because of Sela. Like, she's the only reason I would even consider getting Silver Wolf at this point. If you don't have Sela, I would, like, if if I were you guys and you guys don't have Seal It, I would most likely skip Silverwolf, most likely. But again, it's your life, your account, your resources. Do what you want. But Luocha is more important in my opinion. But the thing is, right now I don't know if I need Luocha with Gepi or like already in my pocket with his own Lycone. He's gonna be very powerful once I build him up to like 50, 60 with the proper relic distribution, stat optimization, and all that stuff, right? That's when these characters go from like, okay, cool, to utterly broken. Because once you optimize the stats to work with his traces properly, that's when you start noticing these characters, like they increase the gap between the 4 stars, right? That's when you'll notice it. There are other characters that are more noticeable in terms of utility, because like you literally give your character a free turn, right? Through Branya. That's very noticeable, so you don't need her to become like high level, because it's all in the utility. But even Branya, as you level her up, like, you know, you're gonna be noticing a lot better buffs in terms of her ultimate. Things just become a lot better. So yeah, currently I need to stop leveling up all my supports. I really need to stop, because I'm gonna run into a wall so thick that I'm probably gonna get I'm gonna get a concussion running into it once I get to world level, I think 4. So don't want that to happen. I'm about to enter world level 3 here, maybe in within next week. I'm probably gonna be within a week. 5 levels, 5 Trailblaze levels. I'm gonna be there. I already beat the story, so I'm up to date with the story here. As you guys can see, I have no more stories. I've done a lot of my adventure missions. I'm gonna be unlocking them as I go. I'm currently working on this one. I need to be doing the companion missions, which still gives me a good amount of Trailblaze EXP. But apart from that, I'm pretty much caught up in terms of story. Yeah. JMax said that part of silver is now nerfed to be RNG based, where it cannot add damage resistance if you get unlucky with the RNG. Yeah. So that's a little tricky right now. It's that yes, Silverwolf has been nerfed in the beta, and she's not as universal as people think she used to be. However, in specific scenarios, you can still cheat, like, well, not cheese, but like you can still utilize her very well, especially with mono teams. She seems like she seems to be the universal mono team buffer. She debuffs one enemy though, so do be careful with that as well. But then again, usually during very difficult fights, it's always that one enemy that like claps your ass cheeks anyways, right? Like they summon a bunch of little mobs, you literally don't care about that stuff, right? If you are playing Sile, you're playing Jingyuan, even 4-star DPSs don't care about the ads. I mean, you do, but not really, you know what I mean? The ads kind of get cleared out as you go, but like it's always that boss, or that elite monster in the center or whatever, that gives you the problem. So in that sense, Silverwolf's debuff is still extremely valuable. It's just the fact that instead of applying 2 additional weaknesses for 3 turns, I believe it's now 1 weakness for 2 turns. She's still skill point positive, but at the same time, you really have to wonder, how are you going to be consistently making her pick the right weakness? Well, the only consistent way is building a mono team so you can cheese it, right? So, so literally, she can only apply 1 additional weakness because that's the only element you have on your team, which is gonna be awkward. You can try having maybe 3, right? Or you can do it like this. You can make 2 characters in your team already be like and the enemies already have these elements as weaknesses. Then you bring 2 of the same element that the enemies are not weak to. So for example, right, I hope this is not too complicated. For example, the enemy is weak to ice and physical. That's what they're weak to. Okay, this is a terrible example because I don't have a slot for Silverwolf. Okay, let's use Sealy for example. The enemy is weak to fire and wind, right? And then instead of Gepi here, we have Silverwolf and Seal It, which are both quantum, right? So when you go in, you can only apply quantum additional weakness to the enemy because they are already weak to fire and wind. That's how you can do it, right? Like you got to construct your team. For example, oh, what if they're not weak to fire? Then you got to drop this character. What if they're weak to ice? Okay, then maybe throw in March 7, right? Then you still match all the enemy weakness, and then you can still essentially cheesing it, making Sealy and Silverwolf, the two quantum characters, end up being the only element on your team that you can apply on the enemy that fits the skill description. That's how you're gonna have to do it, right? Before, like why people are kind of annoyed is before you choose 2 additional weakness, which is really, really good because it opens up a lot more team flexibility. Nowadays, good luck, right? Good luck because you really need to construct a team. That's why, like, I'd say pairing Silverwolf with Sealy is better because they both share the quantum element, right? So it's very easy for them to just pair together and cheese it. And also, Silverwolf debuffing one enemy is hugely beneficial to someone like Sealy, who is a single target unit essentially. So very, very good combination. I'm probably going to pick up Locha, and then I want to pick up Silverwolf. I feel like I'm going to be skipping Kafka and Blade, though. So... Because look at it like this. I have Jing Yuan literally with his light cone sitting at E2. And I have Seele. Although she's at E0, I have a 5-star light cone. I think this is the second best option for her. And... yeah, I have Geppy, I have Bronya, I have like Clara with March 7th at Eidolon 7. Like if I really wanted to just cheese my way through the game, I can literally build Clara like March 7th team as well. I can build an entire third team around these two. So it's just like I don't need Kafka. I don't need Kafka, I don't need Blade. I'm gonna be doing just fine in the game with all these characters. I probably after I get Locha and Silverwolf, I don't need a summon for anybody. Pretty much anybody. Until another really OP healer comes that can power creep my Natasha. But who knows, maybe summoning for Silverwolf and Locha, I'm going to end up getting Bailu. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. SpongeBob's, I don't need it. Yeah, no, but like really, look at my account. Imagine, okay, listen, chat. If you were in my shoes, would you pull for Kafka? Okay, if she's not your waifu, Kafka's not my waifu. I'm really leaning towards Ting Yun. I'm not a furry. I swear to God, they just made her super hot. Okay, they just made her super hot. Would you? Right? Maybe you would attempt it, but like you wouldn't be mad if you don't get it. Right? Kuragane, technically Kafka does have a higher damage ceiling than Jing. But the thing is, like, if you already have Jing with his light cone at E2, like really would you still want to get another lightning character? I really enjoy Jing's playstyle with the Lightning Lord, and like I really love his animation. He's really cool. I love his Japanese VA, even though yes, I do have my game muted, but that's because I'm streaming. Right? So I think my account is set up for success. Seele and Jing Yuan is going to be carrying me pretty much through most content, and during the stuff that I run into a wall, I'll just cheese it with Clara March 7, right? The counter comp, girl power. I'll construct an all-girl team with March 7th, Clara as the core, and I'm gonna girl power and Mr. Swaroff through everything. So like if you really want to nitpick, you can say like, well, Walrus, you're gonna struggle if the enemy like you need a fire DPS, for example. Like I think the only thing I would consider even remotely polling for is maybe like a fire DPS just to get more coverage. But if I have Silverwolf, will I really need coverage? Ah, very interesting, right? Imagine because Silverwolf is quantum. If I get a quantum healer, listen chat, listen, this is gonna be some ballers. Actually, damn, because if I put Silverwolf on a team with Jing Yuan, Oh, I need Bailu then, right? If I get Silverwolf here, then I need Bailu. Then I have triple lightning with Silverwolf, and I can try to cheese the lightning. But what if the enemies don't have? See, this is why it's so damn annoying. The old Silverwolf wouldn't have this problem, right? The old Silverwolf would just apply quantum and lightning to the enemy. But now, what if I have Silverwolf and I have 3 lightning characters? I'm just sitting there, and the enemies don't have weaknesses to either quantum or lightning, and then Silverwolf, being the smartass she is, ends up applying quantum on them instead of lightning. I'm just gonna be sitting there looking like a dumbass. Like, God damn it, Silverwolf, you troll, right? So like, you see, this is why it's so annoying. I would be pissed if they have her in her Eidolons, like Silverwolf, Eidolon 2, apply an additional weakness. I would fucking smash the table. God damn it, Hoyoverse. You knew exactly why people wanted this character. I would hate that. Then again, if her Eidolon 1 is Silverwolf applies an additional weakness to enemies, I might go for it. God damn it. Did I honestly just say that? No, but like, think about it. The whole reason she's utterly busted ass broken is because of that additional weakness. I wouldn't even be surprised if Hoyoverse put an additional weakness on her E6 along with like another huge buff, right? Like she debuffs, and I don't know, like her, if she's debuffing, if there's more than one enemy, she can debuff up to like whatever number of enemies, and if there's only one enemy, her single debuff gets a huge boost or whatever, or she gives additional crit damage or whatever the fuck people like on their carries. Give additional if it's just one, and if it's more than one, then whatever, she can apply more. Or maybe that's her E4, applying debuff to more people. Her E6 just gives a huge like additional buff or debuff, and on top of that, add one additional weakness. Oh my god, Hoyoverse, stop it. I'm not gonna E6 her, no matter what. I'm not E6ing her, but I might try to go for E1 if her additional weakness is on E1. I don't know. Actually, maybe we should take a look. Honestly, I don't care about leaks in Honkai Star Rail because I'm not as invested as I am for Genshin. Star Rail. What's her name again? Silverwolf. Nerf Eidolon. Actually, can somebody in chat confirm if her Eidolons even have something like that? Do they have it in Honey? I heard. I don't know if they have it. Her Eidolons got completely reworked. Yeah, I would imagine it got completely reworked because of how they took away the additional weakness. Red Pika says, I mean, if she applies quantum on turn 1 and you only have lightning besides her, then next turn she needs one. Yeah, but the thing is, that costs an additional skill point and an extra turn rotation, which you oftentimes won't have that kind of luxury in endgame. That extra turn is gonna come back to bite you in the ass. J-Max, I hate it when their supposed beta version skill kits are put into Eidolons. Yeah, but that's Hoyoverse, right? That's how they operate. That's how they get you. I want to see her Eidolons, but I don't know how I would even navigate myself to find it. Why? Like, how are searching for leaks so damn hard? What the fuck? Like, shouldn't this stuff be easy? Shouldn't it just be like new Eidolons and then it should just pop up? This is some whack ass. Don't you guys have like people you guys could DM and be like, yo, what's up, dog? And they just spit out the answer for you, like, this is her new Eidolons. It can't be this fucking difficult. Oh, I think I found it. Wait, is this okay? Okay. I think I found it. Let me see. Let me see her Eidolons. Do you have news about her Eidolons? Let's see it. Okay, after using her ultimate to attack enemies, Silver will generate 7 energy for every debuff that the target enemy currently has. That can be triggered up to 5 times. Nah. When an enemy enters battle, reduce their effective resistance. Nah. After using her quantum attack, deal additional quantum damage for every debuff currently on the enemy target. This effect can be triggered from battle. Nah. Okay, she doesn't have it. You're just shit out of luck. Like you this is the only way you can play her. So right now the skill is there's a 90% base chance to add 1 weakness of an on-field ally's type to the target enemy. This also reduces the enemy's damage resistance to that weakness by 20% for 2 turns, right? Very big debuff. Very big debuff. If the enemy already has that type of weakness, the effect of damages and reduction to that weakness type will not be triggered. Each enemy can only have 1 weakness implanted by Silverwolf. That's awkward. And so it implants another weakness to the target. Only the most recent implanted weakness will be kept. So yeah. So what we're gonna have to end up doing is you're gonna have to wait until the next turn. Let's say if I want to play Silverwolf with Jingyuan, right? Like I'm playing Silverwolf with my Jingyuan. So Silverwolf, Tingyuan, if I have Bailu, thank the Lord. If I and then you play Silverwolf. And if she applies Quantum first round, you're just gonna have to wait until her turn comes around. I would, god damn it, I might like listen. If that happens, I might if my Tingyun has her ult, I might just ult Silverwolf so she can apply her skill again. Right? Just ult Silverwolf, get her to apply her skill again before my Jingyuan even goes. So, like, you're gonna have to figure out a speed rotation, right? My Tingyun has 135 speed for a reason. There's a reason why she has so high speed, because Tingyun can effectively alter your turn order if she has her burst. Bronya can do that with just her skill, right? So it's very important these characters have high, like, earlier turn orders. But like if I pair Bronya. But the thing is, Bronya would be pretty cool with Jingyuan. If Jingyuan gets to go first, and then Bronya goes, then he gets to go again, right? So like, there's a lot of these like weird, like I like the speed stat in these turn-based games is such a tricky one, because according to different team compositions, you might want to alter the speed to manipulate which characters goes first and whatnot. So it's just like, yeah, we'll see. I don't have Bailu, so now I'm kind of screwed to play Silverwolf with my Jingyuan team, because I only have Tingyun, Jingyuan, right? So and I don't think there's any other way I can do this, because I need a I need a healer. Oh, would you look at that? Qingque would be pretty damn cool to play with Silverwolf as well, I would believe. Like, any quantum characters would be really nice to play with her right now, just because of the synergy, right? Damn it, Hoyoverse! Why did you have to go and do that? Why did they have to remove the weakness? I'm okay with the reduced turns. I'm okay with like the reduced debuffing. But taking away such a 2 additional weakness would have been so juicy. Like, it would have making, like, as you guys can see, it would make team composition so much easier to work. You essentially only need 2 elements, and then the third one could be Silverwolf. Fourth one could be, I guess, like, you could still get screwed, because if you run Natasha, right, then you have Quantum, lightning, and physical, then you're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. What if, and like, but that's only if the enemies are not weak to physical, lightning, or quantum. So yeah, and right now it's just gonna cost you more turns, a couple more skill points, but it's not unplayable by any means. it's still really good, really strong. Just forcefully adding additional weaknesses to enemies that were not designed to have these weaknesses allows you to bypass a lot of Hoyo versus BS BS mechanic. But the thing is, right? Because right now I'm in world level 2 and I've been talking to people. Currently, right now, the enemies don't have a lot of ways to cleanse your debuffs. But imagine a scenario where Hoyoverse feels that Silverwolf is too strong. It wouldn't be out of character for Hoyoverse to add, like, every single time you engage enemies, they have like a mage enemy that cleanses like debuffs from their enemies. No, just think how annoying that would be, right? Suddenly character but then that would ruin like the nihilist what's that path called? The nihility. Do you pronounce the H? Is it nihility or nihility? I think it's nihility, right? You would ruin this path because if that, right? So it's like, it's not just a silver wolf counter, it's just a straight counter. But I wouldn't put it out of character for Hoyoverse to bring something like that into the game eventually. So stay frosty, people. Rajiv says Silverwolf struggles at AoE scenario. Well, the thing is, I was talking about this. A lot of people would say that's one of her weakness, but someone like Sealy also struggles, or should be struggling AoE, but because of the mechanic of her kit, makes it so that she can bypass it. So that's why you pair her with someone like Sealy. Then they both kind of just crush through. They both kind of just crush through the AoE scenarios together, right? So now you're only kind of stuck if you are playing Silverwolf without Sealy, right? But then if you pair her somehow, if you have Bailu and Tingyun and Jingyuan and you pair them with a Silverwolf, then you don't have any issues with AoE either, right? But if you don't have Sealy, but you have Qingque, where is Qingque? You have Qingque, erudition, quantum character, you also don't have problems with AoE, right? There's also the cheese with what's the name? Herda, not a cheese. I keep saying cheese. I guess it is a cheese. Herda and Himiko, if you guys don't know, the follow-up sisters. You can also slap Silverwolf in there and just pray to God that she applies the right debuff on the enemies. But there's a lot of ways to deal with AoE scenarios. Like the fact that Silverwolf can only apply debuff to one enemy isn't a big problem. That, like, to me, it's not a big problem. Right? But the big problem for Silverwolf right now is the RNG of her weakness addition, and how many turns are you going to be okay on wasting to make sure you get the right debuff on the enemies? That's my question. Quantum naturally doesn't have a lot of characters weak to Quantum. They do pop up every now and then, but currently I don't see a lot of enemies weak to Quantum. Ice, I see quite a bit. Like every other element, I see quite a bit. But Quantum and Imaginary just don't appear as much. However, with the addition of Luocha next patch, I could foresee them. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, because I've just come back. Whereas the Forgotten Halls, do they change? What am I? Oh, wait, what was that? Oh. Do they change the lineup of enemies? Because what am I doing? Because in Genshin Impact they do, right? And Forgotten Hall is the Spiral Abyss of Genshin Impact. So once I finish all these, I'd get it to 45 stars. The Memory of Chaos or something like that is gonna pop up here, and then I can go in and then I can start the real end game grind. So I believe that the rosters in there are going to change, and with Lotra coming out being the like him and Welt, is there a third imaginary character? Is there a 4-star imaginary character? I can see them altering the Memory of Chaos to benefit that. So we got Welt. Yeah, they're literally going to be only 2 imaginary characters. It's going to be Welt and Locha. Now I'm just missing these 4 characters, and out of these 4, I only want Bailu, and these 3, I really don't want them. Like, if I were to whale and I get like this would be my RNG right now. If I were to whale, I would probably end up getting someone like Himiko first, right? I would end up getting Himiko. Then I probably would end up getting Yang Qing. Then I probably would end up getting like another constellation, maybe for Gepi or Branya or Clara. And then I'm gonna probably end up getting another constellation for Himiko. And then I'm gonna get another Eidolon for somebody I don't really need in the moment, maybe for Yang Qing. Then I'm gonna get Welt. Then I'm gonna be getting like 2-3 Eidolons again. And finally, I will get Bailu. Like, that's how unlucky it is for me to hunt for characters that I really want. So, in more ways than one, I am extremely thankful that HoYoverse is releasing another healer, so I can at least play with 2 healers. Natasha is very good. This is the thing about HoYoverse I really appreciate as well. Like, their 4 stars are cracked. Like, especially the early game 4 stars. They did this with Genshin Impact, and I've said this in the past, is that they want to please the free-to-plays. They want to make the free-to-plays feel like they're not forgotten and that they're appreciated. And one of the ways to do that is release very powerful 4 stars at the start of the game for people to invest into and continue using throughout the entire course of their journey. Natasha, incredibly valuable. Getting her E1 is just a huge blessing, and then beyond that point is like, it's okay. But user grant one healing runner to allies who's safer. Like, honestly, this one doesn't feel, I don't get it all the time. My characters are rarely ever sitting below 30% when she uses her ultimate anyways. But her E1 is just good. If the current HP is lower, like, but this is like after they get hit, right? So there's a chance, like, bam, you get hit and then you fall below this thresh point. It's very comfortable to have it. It's very reassuring, because a lot of the times what ends up happening is like one character gets hit like 2-3 times and they just die. This is kind of like, this has a chance to keep them alive. So let's say if like, keep them alive to Natasha's turns and she can save them or use her burst or whatever to I keep saying burst, but I hope you guys know I mean ultimate, her ultimate. I haven't really looked beyond this. Like, after being attacked, regenerate 5, that's okay, that's fine. Natasha's base attack deals things like, this is fine. Like, honestly, I don't think these 2 are good. This one could be good, this one could be good, but these 2 honestly just don't feel as impactful. Maybe the E4 is pretty nice to have, but beyond that, it's fine. But Natasha overall has been really good. As you guys see, I use her over my Gepi, which says a lot. I've really enjoyed having Branya in both of my teams for Jingyun and Seele. Obviously, she feels much better for Seele, allowing her to take extra turns, skip turn orders, and just get those executions. But yeah, now I can show you guys how this all happened. Oh yeah, for people who want to add me, I'm gonna be showing my UID here. So if you guys want to add me, right now I have my supporting character as my Jingyuan, so you guys can go try him. I don't know if when you use him, you'll get the E2 effect or whatever. I'm sure you should, right? I'm sure you'll get the E2 effect of my Jingyuan. And try it out. Very good DPS. Unfortunately, his relics, I haven't farmed any of his relics yet. I had to level some of this up for the stuff. But as you guys can see, I got pretty lucky with this, although the substats were okay. This is pretty nice, although nothing went into speed. But yeah, this one I'm still looking for a better piece, but you know, I'm not gonna stress over it. Still early game. But yeah, let's take a look at how the summons went. I'm sure this is what most people are curious about. Some people are gonna get pissed, but as you guys can see, drop rate out of 5-star entities, 50%. 50% rate up. All right, so how did it go? So this is my last summon. This was my last Tingyun Eidolon. Did you pull for Jingyuan's light cone? Yes, I did, and I'll show you how that went as well. So this is how I got my E2 Jingyuan. All right, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go. I got Sushang, and bam. First, this is our Jingyuan, the most recent one. This is his E2 essentially. So let's see how did I get screwed. Let's keep going back. Got March 7th. Got some light cones there. Sushang. I got a lot of Sushangs. Keep going back. March 7th. Sushang. As you guys can see, Sushang. Tingyun. There's another one. Tingyun. Another one. And oh! Oh! Excuse me? Did we just win 2 back-to-back? You bet we did. So this was his E1. This is E1 Jingyuan. Keep going back. Another Sushang. Another Tingyun. Light cone. March 7th. Light cone. Double Sushang. March 7th. Light cone. Oh! Hey! Would you look at that? Another Jingyuan. This was his E0. This is the one I pulled on stream. So 3 times back to back to back. I didn't lose 50-50 even once. Now if we keep going back, this is on our way to E0. So if we keep going back, double March 7th, very cool. Another Sushang. Tingyun. Sushang. Sila! I have not lost a 50-50 in this game yet, chat. And look how long it took me to get Sila. Oh! Sila was literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got Sila in 5 pulls in this game, right? So I've done 250 wishes. Quick maths. In this game. Out of 250 wishes, I got 4 5-stars in the limited banner. Sila, Jingyuan, Jingyuan. No, Sila, Jingyuan, Jingyuan, Jingyuan. That's how my summons have gone. And sorry, that might have been a little loud. And I'm sure you guys are curious how my light cones went. 75% chance. So, okay, Walrus, you have Geppy's light cone, you have Branya's light cone, you have I forgot that kid's name. You have the other like standard 5-star light cone, right? So you must have gotten screwed out of your ass cheeks here at least once. I'm glad you asked, because there it is. It was my 4th light cone, and I got it. I did 1 temple. I kid you not. I can't fake this. I did 1 temple, and I got his light cone in 4 pulls. I could have done just 4, honestly. I would have saved like 6. So that's Jingyuan's light cone done. God damn it. Then let's go to the standard banner. As you guys can see, my pick your character thing is no longer here. Whew. Now this is where the fucking roller coaster was. This was where tears were shed, banks were broken, calls were made. However, this was also where I reaped huge gains. Now let us walk through this together, because my memory for this part is very hazy, even though this is the most recent one. So why is Bailu missing again? Because I didn't get Branya through summons. I chose Bronya over Bailu because I already had Natasha and Locha is coming out. So I'll show you what happened on the standard banner, right? So I was going hard on this shit, bro. Like, look at that. Look, I'm like 25 pulls in. I got Geppy. Look, I got Geppy and I did even more pulls, right? Just to get myself to 300. I stopped at 300 exact on the dot. So there's exactly 300 pulls in here right now. So I got Geppy, but who else did I get? I got a lot of 4 stars, as you guys can see. Light cones and stuff. I still don't have Dance. Can you believe that? I got some Natashas here. Subscribe for more. Exactly, chat. If you're not subscribed, what are you doing? That's my favorite light cone. Subscribe for more. My god, Hoyoverse. Relax. Serval and Hook, which probably not going to really use them. And Sleep Like the Dead. I was devastated. I kid you guys not. I was like on the ground in a fetal position. Like, I felt like I got punched in the gut until I realized that my Sealet didn't have a 5-star light cone. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute. It's all good. It's all good. I crawled back up. I kept going and eventually got Geppy. But if we keep going back, so I got Geppy most recently, and then I got that light cone. And if we keep going back, what do we get? Look at that. What was the last 5-star? Moment of victory. Oh my god, I was seething through my bones. I can feel like rage coming out of me because this is like the first 5-star I got. No, second 5-star I got on this banner, and I didn't have Geppy, and I'm like, oh my god, is the game gonna screw me? Like, what if I get Himiko and then I get like, I don't know, Yanqing or something like that, right? Then I'm screwed. I'm screwed because I can only pick one. I'm gonna have this light cone here that I can't use on Geppy. But I was like, wait a minute. The more that I thought about it, I was like, okay, if I don't get Geppy, I'll still get Bronya, right? I'll get Bronya, and then I will get her light cone through the Stellar Exchange, and then I'll just use this for my March 7th, which was E6 at the time. And I was like, I'm fine. I'm okay. Right? I'm okay. So there's that. But yeah, back-to-back light cones really did a number on my mental, not gonna lie. Got a March 7th, and then we keep going. Got Sushang. Clara, there it is. Clara was another low blow because I could have gotten Clara, Geppy, Yanqing, Bailu, Bronya, Welt, and Himiko, right? And I got Clara. I was like, out of all the characters I don't have, you gave me the one character I had, which was already kind of tilting, not gonna lie. Then we keep going back, and then there's no more, I think. That's it. Clara was the first 5-star I got on the standard banner. So the standard banner for me in terms of luck is very like normal. Like you wouldn't be too impressed by it. Like that's it. 61 pages here, 50 pages here. I have not enough to guarantee my next one. Actually, who knows? I could wait a minute. I'm 25 pulls in, I believe. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, not even 25. I'm 15 pulls in, 16 pulls in. So I'm still needing 60 summons, which times 1600. So 1600 times 60. I'm a dumbass. 160 times 60. I need 9600 gems to get to my next 5-star. Well, it's okay. I'll call my bank manager. It's fine. I'm sure he'll understand. I don't think I'll need Silverwolf's weapon. I say that, but I don't think I'll need it. Let me see. She is nihility or nility. What's the where's the symbol for that? A abundance. Do I have none? Oh, here it is. Okay. Do I not have? So it's the one with the, looks like the eye. Oh my god. I don't have a single. No, I have some here. Got this one. When it hits an enemy, and if the enemy is not already ensnared, there's a 60% chance to ensnare the hit enemy. Okay. Okay, we'll see. I got some. I'm fine. I don't need it. I don't need it. But yeah, that's the journey of this account. I'm currently still looking at 3-star light cones that I should be leveling up. I'm thinking I probably should just take the time and level up all of them to get a S5 version, right? Get an S5 version of every single one of the 3-star ones, so that at the very least I have a copy. But I already used so many of them. Like, I used so many of them for no apparent reason. What's this one again? Abundance. Like, for example, I used up all the collapsing sky. So I've already made some oopsies here and there that I may end up regretting. I got 3 of the Birth of Self, which is so cringe. I got a couple erudition ones here. Very, very cringe. I got the Seriousness of Breakfast that I use, that I don't use anymore. But yeah. So far, my experience with Honkai Star Rail has been good. I enjoy the game, obviously. I wouldn't. Oh, yes, people. Friend request. Yes. Yeah, keep sending them friend requests. Here's the UID. I would love to have as many of you guys in the friend list as possible. So I can also abuse the fact that you guys have insane accounts as well. Wow, a lot of you guys pull Sealit. My friend, this is my IRL friend. He just pulled Jing Yuan. He's super happy about it. Before this, he was so salty because he he pulled Yanqing when I pulled Sila, and he was super salty. He was like, "God damn it! Like, like why?" And then now he pulled Jing Yuan, so he's very happy now. He's very content. He started the game on day 1 as well. As you guys can see, he's level 46. Guy is a huge grinder. I'm trying to play catch up with him, but yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, people, who here watching has Bailu? I want them Bailu friends. I kick any that don't log in for 2 days. Actually, let me see. Where's my friends list? 4 hours, 4 days. Ooh, but he has Geppy. But I have Geppy now. You're right. 4 Goodbye. 4 hours, 2 days. But the man he's level 44. Why is he not logging in? Bro? There's also my IRL friend. He just got to 40 here. Branya, very nice. Where'd them Bailus? I feel like healers might not be as broken going like far forward into the game. I think one of the first characters to get power creep is likely going to be a character like Bailu. I don't know. I just feel like once you optimize your teams, kind of like Chi-Chi situation, right? Like when the game first came out, Chi-Chi was OP. Bailu is much better than Chi-Chi in terms of relevancy because you just need a healer. In Genshin, it was very quickly realized that you don't really need like a pure healer. But a character like Bailu, I feel like could get power crept eventually with more healers coming out with more options. So imagine you having like I don't know, 7-8 different healers in the game. Then suddenly a character like Bailu doesn't feel as important, right? So, and you get to pick and choose what kind of healer you want. For example, Lotra is a very offensive focused healer. In fact, I'm borderline wanting to even call a character like Lotra a pseudo healer. He's incredibly powerful, but he rivals Bailu, and not like he doesn't put her down, but he rivals her in how he is going to be played and utilized in different team comps. However, with, let's say, another healer comes out and another one comes out and another one comes out, you're going to start running into a situation. And also, as people start building up their accounts and get all your characters level 80, there might not even be a scenario where her revive is going to be that good either, right? Like, that's also one of her main things, is that she can straight up just revive a dead character. So if you get really unlucky and one character just gets heavily nuked by all the enemies, then she can revive them. That's her gimmick. But eventually, if you get to level 80 and you realize your characters are not dying as much anymore, you have proper setups, your relics are all set up properly, just like Chi-Chi, right? Like, people used to think like, oh, like if you get her to like C6, she can revive dead fallen enemies. That's huge, that's broken. But then people realize that, wait a minute, but my characters aren't dying. And like, when they are, you much rather just bring a DPS team and just redo the run, right? You're not going to be like, oh, I died, I need to bring Chi-Chi to revive my characters. No, you just restart the run. You got unlucky, tough luck. You restart the run it again, and it's very unlikely that scenario will happen multiple times in a row unless you're under geared. But my point is, most people won't be under geared in a couple of months. That's why I think, like, while she's really, really good right now, her effectiveness and competitiveness is going to drop off as more and more healers enter the game. But then we don't know when that's at. What if after Locha we don't get another healer for like 6 months, right? Then Bailu is going to have a very tight grip over the meta space. It's a very interesting character. I think HoYoverse has revamped their game for Honkai to be more balance in terms of roles. Like, do you need a healer? Yes. Do you need DPS? Yes. Do you need buffers? Yes. Do you need debuffers? Yeah, arguably yes, right? We got a Himeko player level 65. Oh my god, we got a whale. Come on, guys. Are you telling me out of 120 people here, we can't fill my friends list? Nani? Sounds like someone wants Bailu. I do want Bailu. I would love to have Bailu, because if I had Bailu, then I have a much easier time running Silverwolf in a Jingyuan team. I can run triple lightning with Silverwolf, right? So I would have healer, buffer, and a debuffer. Very good composition, in my opinion, to have. I can also run Silverwolf in just my Scylla team, like Scylla, Branya, Silverwolf, and I don't know, Geppy or Natasha. I really want to get my Geppy strong enough to a point where I don't need to run a healer in his team. But right now, the problem has been that his ultimate is too low. He's not generating enough particles. I haven't really, I haven't leveled up this yet. I don't know how much of a percentage this is going to be. I need more enemies to attack him, but at the same time, his level is kind of low as well. His relics aren't even leveled up. I actually do have a pretty good piece. Oh yeah, look, defense. So I have some pretty interesting pieces that I'm considering leveling up, and he has effective resistance here and HP percentage, and he has additional flat defense and effective hit rate on these boots, right? So I think it's pretty damn good. At the same time, though, I also have the Fire Trailblazer. I could ascend. God damn it! Don't do this to me. I don't have the kind of resources. I think I got her at E1. Thinking of getting her to E2 eventually, E4 hopefully. But I think right now you can't even get her to E6, right? It's not possible because the story kind of just cut off like midway. But we'll see. Yeah. Geppy right now has been difficult for me to work with. I hope I don't end up benching him. I actually hope I don't end up benching him. People in chat, here's a question I have to you guys actually. for those who knows what E6 March 7 can do you guys think that Gepi is still like a undisputed better option? Especially the thing is, if I don't use him, then I'm gonna definitely be throwing his Lycone onto March 7th, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like, so you guys are saying even with E6 March 7th, Gepi with his Lycone should be better, which currently I'm not feeling. I feel like my March 7th is providing better protection for my team because of her skill. It's in her skill. And with her E6, her shield also heals. With her where's the cleanse? She also, oh no, her cleanse is in her traces. Yeah, her trace allows me to cleanse a debuff from my ally, which is huge as well. So it's like she's very good, and because I have her at E6, her traces are leveled up more than they usually would be, right? So it's just like overall, she's been serving me very well, very easy to use, very comfortable. She provides additional healing. She's kind of like a pseudo healer now because she's E6. And compare that to Gepi, his and she can use her ultimate to apply AoE freeze on enemies, with better effective hit rate. I would see that becoming more consistent. Gepi is a single target, and his skill, right, is supposed to be freezing enemies, but it's just like, I don't know. It doesn't feel as good right now. The only saving grace for him is that his burst like creates a big ass shield for, well, not big ass, but like pretty good, creates a very good shield for all my team. But right now he's not generating enough energy to be using this consistently. I think this starts getting really good once you can consistently be getting this like before the 3 turns are even over, right? So his shield is back before the enemies can even break it. Then he's OP. Yeah. J-Max says March 7 has more utility, shield, aggro, and trace. Oh, right, yeah. The ones who have a shield on them has a taunt, kind of like a small taunt or something like that, right? Yeah, greatly increases the chance of enemies attacking the allies. Greatly increases. Whereas someone like Gepi is just higher chance. Like, what's with these words? Greatly increases. Has a higher chance. Okay, but how do we quantify that, right? Like, we don't know what kind of, and here it says it as well, increases the chance for where to be attacked. But I honestly don't feel it. I mean, yes, it happens every now and then, but it's just like, I don't feel it as much. Wouldn't you need 2 shielders for 2 teams late game like in Genshin? But the thing is, healers in this game right now, in my opinion, are just overall better than shielder, because in Genshin, through shielding, you can consistently avoid taking damage because you only have 1 character on the field. Right now, I have 4 characters on the field. I cannot make it so that the enemy can always choose the character I want them to hit, with exception with March 7th skill. With this shield, I have been very consistently able to manipulate who gets hit, right? So I don't know, it's just like being able to have this kind of manipulation, and I can get this shield on like 2-3 of my teammates, right? Her at E1 starts the fight with E2. Yeah, her E2 starts the fight by giving a shield equal to 24% of her defense plus 320. Right? She starts the fight already with a fat shield for one of your teammates. On top of that, now you just need 1 to 2, like 2 turns, then you can have 3 shields up, and she does the counter, and every time she counters, she has a chance to freeze the enemy, and she has an AoE burst skill ultimate that can freeze the enemy. She's insanely good in our current stage of the game. And obviously this is going to be not very relatable to you guys, but like in my unique situation, the fact that I have her at E6, she's also a pseudo healer that's healing HP equal to 4% of my character's max HP, not March 7th, the character's max HP every time they take a turn, right? Plus 106 at the beginning of each turn. So this Eidolon scales extremely well with my characters. If my characters are level 80, then it's going to be 4% of their level 80 stats. It's going to be incredibly good. It's basically a C6 Zhongli. Zhongli does it better, like he's more abundant, and his shield is like super fat, and there's only one character. You can manipulate it so easily who gets the healing. But my point is, she right now is a very valuable piece of the puzzle in terms of pushing additional content, especially since I am under geared as well. She got that built prototype Amber. Yeah, she's got a built-in prototype Amber with her E6. Very good. I like it so much. It's probably one of my favorite Eidolons, like no cap. Ting Yun's Eidolons are great, but I don't think it's as impactful. And for example, think about it like this. This Eidolon can save a run for you. You guys realize that? Like this Eidolon combined with her shielding can actually save a run, whereas your teammates likely would have died without it. Whereas this one can't really save a run as often as the shielding, right? Ultimate regenerates 10 more energy for the target ally. Like, come on. Really? Like, it's good, but it's not as good. That's why, like, if my March 7th wasn't at E6, I would have immediately replaced her with Geppy. But Geppy right now needs a lot more help. He needs more stats. He needs to bulk the fuck up. He needs the enemies to hit him way more often, right? He needs to get hit a lot, because like once he gets hit a lot and he gets to use his ultimate, and then on top of that, once he uses his ultimate, he's still getting hit. That's when you can get the energy regen. That's when he can like use the ultimate again and again and again, right? But it's gonna take some time to get there, is my point. I think he's a good character. When Unyielding Will is triggered, Gepard's energy will be restored. You see, his Ascension 4. That's what I'm talking about, right? And Unyielding Will is which one? What is Unyielding Will? Wait, what? Oh, this one. When struck with a killing blow. Oh, never mind. I thought Unyielding Will is this. Never mind. But there's a good combo to have as well. Because basically, if your Gepard is taunting the enemies and he ends up getting clapped, he'll come back, use his burst skill, and hopefully from that point onwards he can cycle it non-stop, right? So basically the whole point of running this dude is to get everybody to attack him, proc this, use his ultimate, and then infinitely recycle through his ultimate. Like it in theory it is utterly broken, but right now I just don't have the stats to get him there. So I understand why I feel like he's underwhelming. It's simply because I haven't got him there yet. But once he gets there, I probably can run a no healer team, right? Which actually, then like Seele, Silverwolf, Geppy, Bronya, and then Ting Yun with Jingyuan, with Natasha, March 7th? No. Jingyuan with Ting Yun, Luocha, March 7th. I don't know. What do you guys think? Cast Currents is, what's your UID so I can send in friend? Oh, sorry. It's here. Here's 600776492. Oh, look at this. Look, oh my god. Don't mind if I do. Yoink. Delicious. Welcome, my friends. So we got 600776492. Yeah, for like, I mean, I'm offering a E2 S1 Jingyuan as a partner. If you guys want to try what a E2 S1 Jingyuan feels like, feel free. Like, that's my support character. I feel like I'm offering, you know, a good bargain. If you guys ever want me to change my support, if you want to try my Geppy, which is severely underleveled, I don't think you guys want to use him. You guys want to try my Bronya? You guys want to cheese with my E1 Clara? Hey, shoot me a DM. I'd be more than happy to switch it over whenever. Yeah, like I'm always happy to switch over. We got a daddy. This is a whale for sure. That's another whale. We got to a 69. Welt at 6. Welt looks like Aizen to me. So he, like, listen, for people who watch Bleach, don't you guys ever get the feeling that Welt's gonna suddenly one day take off his glasses, shatter it, pull his hair back, and betray the crew? I don't know. Why do I feel like this man at any given moment is about to fake his death, take off his glasses, shatter them, pull his hair back, and betray the crew? JM Wash says not in his character at all. It wasn't in Aizen's character before he did it. That's why people were like, what the fuck? That's why there was the shock factor. Nobody thought Aizen was gonna do it. Like, the man literally looked like a nerdy loving captain. Right? He looked very nerdy. He looked very chill, relaxed, laid back, easygoing. Bro literally like rizzed up in the span of like 10 seconds. He went like, he just maxed out his Riz, like fucking Riz 100, like recalibrated his stat points and went full Riz and intelligence. No, intelligence was his main. Okay, listen. Aizen used to have all his stats in intelligence. Everything was in intelligence. Everything. He like fucking maxed that shit out. Then he reset his stats and redistributed some intelligence into Riz, right? And then that's why he lost in the end. If he just kept all his stats in intelligence, he wouldn't have lost. But yeah, this dude looks like Aizen. You cannot tell me he doesn't look like Aizen. Come on, guys. Like for people who have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm about to show you. I'm about to show you guys what you guys are dealing with. Tell me he doesn't look like this dude. Come on. Come on, guys. Look, that's Welt. That's literally Welt. And then bro went ahead and yeah. Bro went ahead and became one of the best anime villains of all time. I'm like, that's look, that's literally Welt. Come on now. Come on now. Even the way he like has this part of his hair kind of like gapped is like, look. God damn it. I can't trust Welt. And like, I know it's biased as hell, but for this very reason, I cannot trust Welt. When I see this man, I'm just like, stay the fuck away from me. Don't touch me. Don't breathe on me. All right? I see what you're doing, Welt. You're gonna betray the crew one day. And even though everything in the story and stuff has pointed to him being very helpful, like a guidance leader, like I don't know. I can't. Jake Ale says, you reaching Walrus. Don't come back to me when he stabs you in the back, right? And puts a hollow in your ass. Ooh, welcome, welcome. Put on the clown mask, Walrus. Oh. Nah, he's from Honkai Impact 3rd, and so far he's not a traitor. Obviously, he's not going to be a traitor because that's HoYoVerse would literally be like sued for plagiarism. At that point, you can't have a character that looks. Oh, I don't have him. You can't have a character that looks that close to that guy and follows the same story arc with the same like trait and same like twists, right? That's just not gonna fly. But yeah. Anyways, let's move over to Genshin Impact now. Move over to Genshin Impact. Yes, I have both games open. Don't ask me why. Oh my god. Sanzu! Sanzu, my man, you... Oh my god. Sanzu. The man disappears. Sanzu. It feels like it's been like what? A year? Okay. Answer me this question first. Have you been playing Genshin recently? And give me your thoughts. What are your thoughts on the current state of Genshin? How like don't donate. Don't donate. Just answer, like you can type in chat. I hope you're doing well, man. Like, and I hope you're playing Honkai Star Rail, because I would love to be able to check out your account. But then again, you might not be whaling as hard, but I would love to be checking out your account if you are playing. Add me though. Yeah, like add me. If you are playing. You know what? What would be easier is just that I can copy and paste my UID in chat here. Been working mostly, haven't been playing Genshin. Okay. Well, understandable. Then again, you're like being real between you and me, you're not missing much. In terms of Genshin, you're not missing much. But yeah, I say that, but don't take it too cynically, chat, right? My point with Genshin is that Genshin is always the kind of game that like, okay, I think this is a good time for me to make a video later. Maybe in 10 minutes we'll record a video. If it crashes the stream, it crashes the stream. But I hope it works, because we can talk a little bit about the differences between Genshin and Honkai Star Rail. Sansu says, feels bad my wife who gotta live in that world where nothing happens other than drawn out stories. Yeah, it's like the lore of Genshin, and like I just, okay, this is how I feel about Genshin versus Honkai Star Rail. One of the major things that I felt that HoYoVerse has changed from Genshin to Honkai Star Rail is how tedious the side questing and the world of Honkai is. Now, you guys might say, well, Walrus, that's also because there's also Honkai Impact the 3rd, so that HoYoVerse has already have that groundwork to play off of, so they don't have to really dive. Like, but my point is, like, Honkai Star Rail doesn't feel as drawn out. Like, it really doesn't feel as drawn out. It feels much more streamlined. A lot of the BS is cut out. There's less filler, in my opinion. There's like a less desperate of an attempt to make it feel populated, but it naturally just feels more populated. It feels I feel more connected, and I feel like there's less distractions, right? And also the fucking puzzles, man. Like, the puzzles in Genshin feel so punishing to play. Like, there's a reason why there's an entire genre of content for Genshin just targeted towards solving the puzzles. The puzzles exist in Honkai Star Rail, but they don't feel as drawn out as like I swear when I play Genshin, I feel like at sometimes they're like I'm doing it like an IQ test, and that shit burns your brains. But in Honkai, they toned it back down. The puzzles are not as annoying, not as crazy. They're still somewhat difficult, but they hit a very, very comfortable point in that it's difficult and challenging enough to feel rewarding when you clear it, but it doesn't feel so difficult to the point where you get frustrated because you're spending so much time stuck in this one place. Quick puzzles, quick teasers to get your brain to do something, but at the same time it doesn't severely punish you if you're not like reading every single body of text explaining how the mechanics of the puzzle and like how it interacts with the world stuff. Very, very welcome change. And I think HoYoverse has learned a lot from player retention. They see how many people are actually like interacting with the puzzles, how many people are obviously looking up at guides, because if you walk up to a puzzle and you clear it in one attempt without any, like, you're obviously looking at a guide, right? So HoYoverse can weed out people like, okay, so they're not really interacting with the puzzle, they're just looking up a guide and then clearing the puzzle. They're clearing it first time for every single puzzle. That's not possible, right? The whole point is designed. That's my point. Sanzu says maybe Kaching will one day show up in Honkai Star Rail. I would love for them to include a couple Genshin characters. One character I really want them to include in here, believe it or not, Zhongli. I know. He doesn't necessarily need to do the same thing, but I really would like Zhongli is one of my favorite characters from Genshin Impact. Obviously, Kaching would be nice as well. But yeah. I've noticed that Honkai Star Rail feels like where all the feedback, right? It really does. And also, it's like, you know what feels the worst, right? Chat, listen, I'm about to hit you guys with something hard that I've been having to like deal with and accept, which I knew, but it's just like seeing Honkai Star Rail, it really like puts it into reality. It's the fact that now you fully are aware that HoYoverse knows everything that is wrong with Genshin Impact, everything that the players could possibly want, all the changes, all the possible updates that could come to Genshin to make it better, to service the community who's been giving the feedback, who's been playing, who's been believing in the game. HoYoverse knows all of it. They know. They just actively chosen at every possible turn to not do anything about it. That's what hurts the most. It's the fact that they know we've been dying for a lot of these things. We've been really wanting this. We really desperate, like every single update, people have been writing it, and they even have the dev responses, which they actively decided to avoid every single one of the big major concerns of the community. Like, now we know. It's like they see it, they know it, they even went ahead and developed it, but like, it's so frustrating. But they've actively chosen to ignore us at every possible turn, at every opportunity for a response. They've chosen silence. That's what hurts the most. Sanzu says, Genshin devs, what are you reading? Honkai feedback for Genshin. Genshin, why? Honkai. It's not like you're doing much with it. Yeah, it's true. It does feel like that. And I feel happy for Honkai Star Rail and the players who are going to go on maining this game and maybe even eventually dropping Genshin to fully play Honkai Star. But do you know what this means? This means Zenless Zone Zero might just be like an upgrade to Genshin Impact. Like, for the people who are very into action combat, roguelike dungeons, like farming and stuff like that, I don't know, like maybe Zenless Zone Zero is gonna be the answer to people who really wanted a more in-depth, a more hardcore version of Genshin Impact, with all the good feature updates that Honkai Star Rail has, and maybe even go on to develop better systems in Zenless Zone Zero. One of the big welcome thing that actually affects how much, like even whales, right, is that the Honkai Star Rail weapon banner, which is essentially their light cone banner, is amazing. You only have to win the 75-25. You don't need to win a further 50-50. Can you guys just I mean, can we just take a moment to appreciate how HoYoverse, like, they can very easily throw another light cone on this banner. Do you guys realize that? Like, they can literally throw a standard banner light cone right now with every single limited light cone banner. They could have just matched Genshin Impact and nobody would have said anything. Listen, right? Nobody would have even said anything because, oh, this is what Genshin had, so they just took it and put it in Honkai Star Rail. Okay, good, fine, whatever. But the fact that they actively made the decision, like, no, we're gonna make it a single weapon rate up banner with this, and we kept the 75 to 25 rate. Imagine if they made it 50-50, right? What if, okay, it's a single weapon banner, but we're gonna make it 50-50. No, but they kept the 75-25. They removed one of the weapons from the banner, and basically they're just servicing the community. They just made it easier for you guys to get the weapon banner, right? For now, wait until they get more Lycons and start running double banner. No, yeah, I understand that. That's gonna happen. But that's when also players already have a very strong core built up, and you're only hunting for those double rate up banners where you're okay getting both weapons. For example, right now there are people in Genshin Impact who likely maybe are okay getting. Okay, this is a terrible banner. But like, let's say if you're still hunting for Staff of Homa and you're also hunting for the Aqua Favonius, remember? Aqua Favonia. Remember the Chinese New Year banner with Hu Tao and Yalan. Those banners then become accessible to you. Like, oh, I'm okay getting Aqua Favonia. I'm okay getting Staff of Homa. Both are fine. I'm okay with that. And that's when free-to-plays can even start benefiting further, because that's when the value of the... What the fuck? Bro, you don't want this heat. I'm about to end this man's entire career. Anyways, I was saying, oh, Aqua Simulacra, yeah, Aqua Simulacra. Sorry. Yeah, but these kind of valuable banner situations can only start arising once they have multiple character reruns, right, with multiple weapons. So yes, double weapon banners are annoying, but at the same time, who knows? What if, like, I'm giving Hoyoverse a lot of flack, like a lot of credit for this. What if they decided that with the double banner reruns, they also add the system where if you don't get the weapon you want in 2 attempts or something, then you can choose it. They can add that system in Honkai Star Rail at the snap of a finger. Very easy to implement. They have the code literally in Genshin, right? It's just making the UI overlays and stuff like that. Maybe like it's very simple to translate that over here. So it's just, I really enjoy Honkai Star Rail system. I might not be as, like, I was in love with Genshin. Like the honeymoon phase with Genshin felt more intense for me personally. But it's like Honkai Star Rail has really shown me like what Genshin could have been, and it really bothers me a little bit that we didn't get any of this. Like at every turn they could have optimized it, but we didn't get any of it. But it's also because they wanted to milk money from us as much as possible, which I'm okay with that. Because without the money they made from Genshin, Honkai Star Rail would not have come this fast. Sanzu says, I want to E6 Bronya. Look. Oh, bro. Oh, brother. We're talking thousands of dollars. Are we not? What are Bronya's Eidolons? Actually, I'm curious. What are Bronya's Eidolons? So this is Bronya. Okay, let's see. Why do you want to E6 Bronya? When using skills, there's a 50% fixed chance of recovering 1 skill point. This effect has 1 turn cooldown. Does that mean it's every 2 turns? I mean, does that mean it's every 2 turns or every turn this could trigger? I take this as it, after you use it, the next turn it cannot proc, and then the turn after that it can proc again. Right? Which is still good, but when using skill, the target ally speed increases by 30% after taking action, lasting for... Ooh, that is good. That is good. That is very helpful. But my question is, does this speed boost affect something like the space station? This one. Does it affect this? So let's say if she uses the skill on Jingyuan and Jingyuan's sitting at like 110, right, or like 100, does he immediately get 130 speed, proccing the space effect station? Because if that's how it interacts and works, that would be very good. puts a little less stress on optimizing your stats here and there. Yes, it affects it. That is very broken. Bombardment. Okay. After an ally other than Bronya uses basic attack on an enemy with wind weakness, Bronya immediately launches. Dealing wind damage. You could 80% of Bronya's basic attack damage. This effect can only be triggered one time per turn. Okay, one time. I see. That's good. Like they're really fully utilizing like her kit here. And okay, one other things. The Eidolons are so well crafted for the most part that it feels like it flows into one kit. I highly doubt you're gonna get Eidolons like Venti's, like C1, and then his C2, C4 is like kind of good, I guess, and then his C6 is really good. But his C1 makes no sense, right? And on top of that, you're not gonna get characters like Zhao's constellations with like his C1 and his C6 being really good, and then like 2, 3, 4, 5 just feels like what the fuck were they doing, right? So it's just like that's another thing. The Eidolons in this game, or the constellation essentially, feel like they flow very well, and I really feel like there's good value every time that you pick up an Eidolon. So that's, let's say 6. This is what Sanzu wants. Let's see Sanzu. Piercing Rainbow. The duration of the damage boost effect placed by the skill on the target ally increased by 1 turn. That means that okay. That means that it syncs up with this one, right? Wow. I see it. It's not as like wow kind of thing, but it's like, okay, I see how like this is supposed to synergize with like something like this, and together it becomes like she could potentially end up becoming like a skill point generator even while buffing the rest of her team, right? That's extremely good. And on top of that, look at her light cone, right? Whereas energy regenerated by 1 and regeneration when the wearer uses their ultimate on an ally, right? This effect can trigger every 2 uses of the wearer's ultimate. When the wearer uses a skill, the next ally taking action except the wearer deals 30% more damage for 1 turn. So this combined, this is already one of the best standard banner light cone, if not the best. And combine that, if you have her at E6, like your characters are good, like your stats are almost doubled. Oh wait, we're out here. Oh my god, Sanzu, the real connoisseur. We're out here analyzing the the Eidolons. So, but Sanzu is like, I want the naked Bronya. I'm happy that I E6 March 7 and listen. I didn't even know at E6 you get this. Like what? Like Hoyoverse. This is like the gateway to OnlyFans, is it not? Of course they do this at their E6. Like what the fuck? But like technically you can kind of see. Look. You can kind of see it. She has her back turned towards you, man. Sanzu, I feel like you're kind of getting scammed. You should be going for Gepard. Look at Geppy. Look at him. He's like, oh yeah, I'm bathing in handsomeness. Look at him. He's got that 45, maybe like even 60-degree turn angle. What about? Oh my god, Daddy Jing Yuan is not showing enough. What is Sealy showing? Sealy got some shoulder. Like, why are dude? The girls are just turned away. Like, okay, anybody going for C6 Clara should be. Listen. Hey, wait. I did not target Clara. Listen, I can explain. I did not target Clara. This is the game forcing it onto me. If anybody ever gets C6 Clara, you are literally banned from showing her Eidolons. You cannot show this page anymore. You will get banned. Immediately banned. But yeah, I got some other characters working towards. I got Qingque working towards E6. I honestly didn't know their E6, like the art there was like them naked. I had no idea. Su Shang is E6. But yeah, same with Hook. Hey, don't be fucking around with this shit, people. I'm just saying. Daddy Jingyuan. Seele. I didn't decide to wail on Seele because I got her so easily. Like, I got her so easily. In literally 10 pull, I got Seele. And in 10 pulls, I got the light cone for Jingyuan. What can I say? Hook has clothes on? Oh, thank God. Wait, are you baiting me? No, that's her hair, bro. That's her hair. That's her, like, ponytail or something like that. Hey. Don't try to get me banned out here. I'm a good boy. Anyways. we overanalyzed Sanzu's intentions. We did. Move this back over here. Okay. All right. That's pretty much what we got to do, but we are going to be recording a video. All right. We're going to be recording a video talking about Genshin Impact versus Honkai Star Rail, because over the past like week or so, I've been like really going hard grinding Star Rail. E6 should be naked, Svarog. No, like her E6 should be like her, but like none of her skin should be showing, because Svarog should be like blocking it off like this and giving you the glare, like from behind her. Svarog should just be like, and then like she should just be here, so all you can see is her like with her eyes closed. Maybe a bit of her hand is showing, and Svarog is just like, don't you try, don't you even think about it. I know where you live, and it like that would have been badass. Yeah, and Swarov's one of his eye is like glowing red, just staring at you. Oh my god, you would never go on that page. It wouldn't catch me on that page. But dude, for me, as long as I stop wailing, E6 Clara is like years away. All right, as long as I stop wailing, I gotta stop. I can't keep doing this. I dropped like like 600 Canadian dollars or something like that. Yeah, so $600. Hope she's not watching. But yeah, it's fine, it's fine, she understands. 680 is insane. Vroom, is that how much you spent? 680? I'm actually curious, Sanzu, how much have you dropped in Honkai? Do you have like E6 Seele, E6 Jingyuan? I think like E6 Seele with S1 weapon is pretty good. I got the monthly pass, the BP, and I did whale a couple hundred here and there for the characters, but yeah. Sanzu says currently maybe around 3 grand. Not a big fan of Jingyuan, so E1 S5 for him currently. Okay. But like that means you have E6 Seele, E6 S5. Yeah. built different financially. Okay, chat. A casual 3K. Yeah, Seele definitely does more damage than Jingyuan. Definitely. Like, even my E0, Seele using the standard banner hunt feels like she does more damage with like lower talents. I don't remember what it's called. They have a different name for it. Let me check. Now it bothers me. What is it called? Traces. Yeah, with lower trace level Relic's not like really optimized as well, and she does more damage than Jingyuan, and she kind of clears fodder much faster. Her runs are more smooth. However, when you run into scenarios where enemies are not weak to quantum and they're weak to lightning, obviously, right, then Jingyuan feels way better. But overall, I've found that because like Seele, I feel like will get even better as I level her up even more. Or so will Jingyuan, but I don't know. Like endgame, it feels like Seele really crushes content, and a lot of like farming for fodder, like farming for this stuff and for credits and stuff like that, EXP books. Feel like Seele just kind of breezes through the content really fast. Obviously with the right setup with Branya and whatnot, but yeah. Oh my goodness, my friend request keeps pouring in. Okay. All right. We have 10 more slots for friends. So if you're playing Honkai Star Rail, you're in the NA server, add me. Especially if you have Bailu. I really want to try out Bailu. So yeah, if you have Bailu, check me out. My code is pinned. So let's record a video about Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, and this before it crashes. I just want to thank everybody for joining. Make sure to like, subscribe, because once I start recording, usually in 2-3 minutes, it crashes the stream. So that means the stream will just end abruptly. Sansa says, the problem with Jingyuan is not that he is bad, but his kit doesn't break the rules of combat like Seele. I get it. Like, I think in a turn-based game, being able to completely skip turn order is absolutely like just a nutty, like it's a very nutty mechanic to have. And I don't like, it's a mechanic. For example, Jingyuan could get power creep because like, what if like another character in Erudition just does more AoE damage, comes out, then suddenly Jingyuan just, his biggest niche would be lightning damage, right? But whereas Seele, if a single target character comes out with more single target DPS, but they don't get to skip turns when they kill characters or whatever, instead they maybe have a splash damage mechanic where like, oh, once you kill an enemy, you mark enemies, and if you kill them, they deal splash damage, so then they become kind of like a pseudo hunt and Erudition character. That still doesn't feel as broken because yeah, you can deal splash damage, but then like additionally, if they only have one enemy on the field, then they get a huge damage boost, but that doesn't feel as good because you don't get to breeze through content as fast, right? The good thing about Seele is really that mechanic. So I think you're absolutely right. It's definitely harder to power creep her in that sense. That's kind of like a utility creep, but it's very tricky. And I do think in terms of longevity, ooh, am I really gonna drop something so spicy like this? I don't know. This is just my opinion. Like, I think in terms of longevity, I do think Seele likely will remain consistent longer than someone like Jingyuan. Mainly just because like another Erudition character coming out could, like, even if they're not lightning, they could easily power creep Jingyuan's AoE damage, right? It really just takes another big, strong AoE damage dealer to come out, and Jingyuan kind of feels like he's already replaced by some people. But and yeah, like even the problem with the elements can be bypassed by someone like Silverwolf, so it's just like, what can you do? Yeah. All right, thank you guys for adding. We have 1, 2, 3. A Kitty, level 16. Okay, we got 6 spots left. 6 friend spots left. I'll be adjusting friend list as people like stop playing the game, right? People will quit. But yeah, before the stream crashes, because I'm about to hit the record button. If it crashes, it crashes. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe. Tune in again next Wednesday for I want to do a react stream because there's so much content people has been asking me to react to that I just don't have the time. Unless you guys are okay with me reacting to them off stream and then posting them as videos, but I don't know. It depends on how you guys would like it. But maybe next Wednesdays we can react to some videos. I think there's like 3-4 different videos people want me to look at. But yeah. Okay. 3.7 is Tuesday, by the way. But what is there in 3.7? There's no new characters. There's just a bunch of events. There's a new 4-star, right? I believe was she in the first half? I think she was. I think like in 3.7, the second half rerun is more exciting to a lot of people as well. Sanzu says I play like I quit to begin with. Sanzu, always nice to have you tune in. Yeah, if the stream crashes, then hey, at least we got to we got to chat a little bit here. But yeah, let's start recording. The topic is Genshin Impact versus Honkai Star Rail. Okay, let's do this. Wish me luck. Please don't crash. Usually it'll work for like a couple minutes, but if it crashes, it crashes. Okay, let's go. Sup everyone, welcome back to another video. We are here with the wonderful chat once again, and today's topic is going to be Genshin Impact versus Honkai Star Rail. All right, so for people who are on the fence or who are playing Honkai Star Rail, maybe not necessarily Genshin, or playing Genshin and doesn't feel like they want to give Honkai Star Rail a chance, this video is not supposed to say one is superior to the other. However, I do know that you guys really hate it when people are wishy-washy, kind of in the middle. So yes, I will give you guys a definitive answer, and actually I won't even make you guys wait to the end of the video. Right now, in terms of systems and setting everything up structurally, Honkai Star Rail just feels like a better game, right? It's more free to play friendly, in my opinion. There's great curve of difficulty. It's difficult enough to feel like you need to really try hard and work hard to achieve something, but at the same time, the process to get there doesn't feel as tedious. Now, this can range from farming for relics, which is the equivalent of artifacts. This could also be in the form of building up characters and how the elements in the game works, but overall, it even has things to do with whaling in the game. That's right, I'm talking about like maybe the weapon banner. If you guys are unfamiliar with, they took a lot of good things from Genshin Impact, which is the weapons banner system. It has a 75-25 chance, right, for example, and in Honkai Star Rail you don't have an additional 50-50, you have to win. So all these things accumulated together has made Honkai Star Rail feel like an overall better game. So if that's all you wanted to hear, there it is, right? Make sure to like, subscribe, doing you guys a real solid. Don't want to make you guys sit through the whole video. But if you want a more detailed description, like comparing maybe even characters, constellations, just general quality of life stuff, there's a ton more we can talk about in terms of the differences between these two games, okay? And I want you guys to understand that I have no hate for Genshin. Just because it's a slower patch right now and I'm making more Honkai Star Rail video doesn't mean that the game is dying or whatever. It's most likely just HoYoverse making it this way so that people play Honkai Star Rail. And we'll talk as well towards the end a little bit about the business implications for HoYoverse as to whether or not it really hurts them to promote Honkai Star Rail this much, or like they're just kind of siphoning players, or they're just kind of siphoning players away from Genshin Impact. But let's just get started, right? Let's talk about the early game. When you first start the game, both games kind of draw you in immediately. They have a great start, a great hook to their story. But the biggest difference here, as we're talking about lore, to me is that Honkai Star Rail has less fluff. What does that mean? It means like, it feels like they're much more centered on the story. And even when you're doing side quests, it doesn't feel like it's too far-fetched. Right now, I may be biased, but I don't know. I'm in the honeymoon phase, so if you guys disagree with me, feel free to comment down in the comments, right? But right now, I feel like the story has been much more streamlined. Side quests don't feel as tedious, and the world, even though feels like the dev team is trying not as hard to make it feel populated, it somehow feels more populated. the contents of the game doesn't feel forced. And another really addition welcome is that they made puzzles less stressful and tedious to complete. What do I mean by that? If you guys aren't aware, there are entire YouTube categories dedicated to solving very tedious and borderline annoying Genshin puzzles. And those videos have like hundreds of thousands of views, meaning that for the vast majority of Genshin's player base, they are not even interacting with these puzzles and trying to solve them. What they do is they run into a puzzle, they go online, find a solution, they come back and solve it. Now, from a game design point, that's not how you want your player base to interact with the puzzles. So the problem with Genshin's puzzles is that at times they can feel a little too well constructed, right, on HoYoVerse's end. It's too tedious, too difficult, and for the vast majority of us, there's mechanics to these puzzles that if you didn't read the bodies of text explaining it, right, which some of you guys might be like, oh, if you're playing a game, why wouldn't you, like, but understand, most people play this game semi-casually, right? So obviously if they miss a couple lines of text as to the mechanics of the puzzle and the puzzle is not as straightforward, you're gonna struggle. Like, you're going to get frustrated, and once you reach that breaking point, you much rather just find the solution and get it over with so you can move on. And that's like a threshold of difficulty that HoYoVerse has not been able to really figure out with Genshin. With Honkai Star Rail, none of those issues. Puzzles feel much more, well, I guess in layman's terms, dumbed down for everyone. Like, you can turn your brain kind of off and you can play the game and the puzzles would still be completed relatively easily. It's a very welcome addition because in this way we actually feel more immersed into the game, because believe it or not, alt tabbing if you're on your PC into a YouTube video and then finding a guide, then coming back and watching the guide come, it actually takes you out of the game. So I found myself enjoying much longer play durations of Honkai Star Rail than I do with Genshin Impact, just because I don't get as fatigued. Now, on top of that, we have to talk about the summon systems, right? The summon system has been incredible in this game. Now, yes, the limited character banner is the same essentially, but when it comes to the weapon banner, this is like something that is just opening a whole new door of possibilities. Because get this, HoYoVerse at every opportunity could have just kept the same systems for Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. So if you don't play Genshin Impact, this is what the system in Genshin Impact is. So let's say if I go in here, look at the weapons, right? We have two weapons instead of one. We got this bow and we got this amulet here. The thing with this is that you have a 75-25% chance to get one of these two weapons. And they're 50-50, meaning that even if you proc the chance to get a rate up weapon, it's one of these two weapons. And the insanely frustrating thing about Genshin Impact's weapon system is that there's too much luck involved. There's too many ways you can get screwed over. You literally, as even a small or mid spender, have to wait for the perfect weapon banner where you have a strong desire for both of these weapons and you don't mind either or. That's when people can really summon. Like, normal weapon banners are reserved for like whales who are okay dumping $500-600 per patch, and that's just not the case for Honkai Star Rail. But understand this, at every turn HoYoVerse could have copy and pasted this exact weapon banner system into Honkai Star Rail and nobody would have said anything. People would say, oh, that's the thing from Genshin, right? Okay, we get it, cool, understandable, we'll move on. But they made the decision to keep the 75-25 percentage rate and also not force you to have to win an additional 50-50 after that. They could have also made one weapon but then changed the rate to 50-50, right? We never stopped to consider the thoughts that HoYoVerse or the development team has put in. Like, why did they make this active decision? Yes, in the end of the day, it's all to reap benefits and additional profits for themselves, because this will incentivize more whaling, more spending. But also, you guys have to understand, as free-to-play players, this is a huge beneficial change to you guys, that if you feel like you really want a Lycone, the chances of you actually getting that Lycone, let's say you got lucky on the weapon, let's say you got lucky on the character banner, you got them in like tempo, you're like, wait, what? Oh my god, I just got the character. Now it's not as difficult of a decision. It's like, oh, should I get the Lycone or should I not? You can very easily decide to go get a Lycone. There's a very high and likely chance you can land the Lycone. But at the same time, right, if you land that 25% chance, you kind of get screwed, then you feel very bad as well. So there's definitely still room for mistakes to happen, room for tragedies to occur. But just to say that the rates are much, much, much more in favor of the players is an understatement in this regard. So that's the summoning system. Now we have to talk about the Eidolons, right, which is the constellations. I feel like Hoyoverse took so many notes in terms of Genshin Impact. If you guys look to the early days of Genshin, there's just a lot of like constellations that don't make much sense. Pieces of the puzzle that were never destined to fit with the grand picture. In Honkai Star Rail, let's say the E6. E6 may not feel as game-changing. E6 may not feel as game-changing as some of the C6 constellations in Genshin Impact. However, that's because of the power has been distributed throughout the rest of the Eidolons. So what that means is like an E6 character is just as powerful and strong as potentially a C6 character in Genshin. However, there's much better spread of power and efficiency throughout the entirety of the Eidolons as opposed to just whale baiting on the 6th Eidolon. Huge change, and I think all these characters have been very well thought out. They are very clear as to what these characters want to do, and they're very in tune with how players are willing to spend at certain breakpoints. E1, E2, just like they tested with Raiden Shogun and now with Nahida, right? Really powerful, desirable characters having low-hanging fruits at C1, C2, meaning you just have to spend a little bit more. Like the people who got lucky maybe just have to drop $20 to get a C1 like then you're suddenly really happy with a character that has a huge power up at these lower constellations. It's a similar situation with Honkai Star Rail. So they literally took the best thing that they've learned from Genshin Impact, even in character design, into Honkai Star Rail, right? Now, moving on, we have to talk about the relic system. Oh, this is the painful part, because as a Genshin Impact player, seeing the system in Honkai Star Rail, it doesn't necessarily make me jealous, right? But it's like they tuned down the gateway requirement, and they also added additional rewards when you get to level 50. And so you start at level 40, you can farm versus Genshin at level 45, and then at level 50, you get an additional chance to get better relics. But this is also to counterbalance the fact that there is no offset piece. So in Genshin Impact, we have artifacts, 4 sets, but we have 5 pieces. What this essentially accomplishes, as you guys can see, is like there's a thematic 4-piece, and then there's 1 off piece. Now this has really benefited people who wanted to complete sets but doesn't want to break the bank, right? Having an off piece, flex piece, means that at every turn, if you get like crucial pieces already built, you can always complete a set by just throwing another really good 1 off piece. Honkai Star Rail doesn't let you do this, but in return, they have many ways and mechanics for you to kind of complete your set. You have to complete a 4 set, and on top of that a 2 set, but there's a lot of free-to-play features that are implemented. For example, in the battle pass, you can actually have an item that lets you choose a main stat piece. If you guys don't know, right, like a main stat here, you can choose a piece, you can choose the main stat. This is crit rate, this is dendro damage, and this is elemental mastery, right? You can choose what main stat you get. Now, yes, you cannot choose the substat because that would be absolutely broken, but there's also the relic exchange system in Honkai Star Rail that feels like a superior version of the artifact strongbox system. So everything is tuned to help the player progress, to get rid of the annoying aspects of the RNG. Now, yes, RNG still does exist, but for players, you know that in time, if you just grind it out every month, every patch, you can get that item, and also you can... I'm drawing a blank. What was I about to say? And also, you can... and also, you can additionally whale to get more benefits and features, allowing small spenders, medium-sized spenders to also feel like they're not left out, or they don't feel like that there's no reason or incentive to spend. You definitely feel rewarded for putting in a little bit of cash into the game. So the free-to-plays benefit, the low spenders benefit, the medium spenders benefit, and the whales are whales. They're always gonna whale. HoYoVerse has fully understood the whale mentality. It's like, don't worry about the whales. Give them something to whale for and they'll whale for it. Really put your attention towards the free-to-plays, the small spenders, and the medium spenders, because once this group of people are satisfied, then you can finally build up a game with longevity and sustainability, right? So now on top of that, we have to talk about the exchange store, right? In Genshin Impact, the exchange store, when we first saw it, was like, okay, it's not bad, like it's good. A lot of people really gave the Black Cliff weapon series like a really good pat on the back, like, wow, this is amazing, thank you HoYoVerse. And of course the constellations for 4 stars that rolls around here, people also really love that. Well, guess what? In Honkai Star Rail, it's even better, right? You can exchange the standard banner weapons for all the characters as long as you have enough summons, right? It's just like HoYoVerse took almost all of the feedback that the community has given for Genshin Impact in terms of systems, optimizations, quality of life, and they gave it to Honkai Star Rail. And that's why I think overall it's a better system. Oh, right. And of course, there's the standard banner 300 summons, choose a character of your choice on the standard banner, of course. But that's still something like, why, like, do they need to do that? They don't need to do that. That's the, you see, that's the thing I'm talking about. It's like, if you just devote yourself to Honkai Star Rail and play the game, there's a lot of long-term goals you can achieve. There's a lot of short-term goals you can achieve, and the game heavily rewards you for it. The game holds your hand in terms of these annoying puzzles a little more. Some people might find that annoying, right? The really hardcore, big brain, 180 plus IQ players are gonna be like, oh my god, these smooth brained people have made the game so easy. But at the same time, the difficulty spike is no joke either. Like, it's a turn-based game. You should be using your IQ elsewhere as opposed to on the puzzles. It's already a very like brain-burning game if you're not wailing and you're like in Memory of Chaos right now, probably getting your ass kicked every day. But the point is, there's a challenge and a difficulty spike that's just comfortable enough for people to feel challenged, but at the same time be like, okay, I need to do this, and then I can retry and keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So walls don't feel as annoying. It feels like, okay, I've arrived at this challenge and now I have to overcome it. Whereas in Genshin Impact, just getting to that wall already felt a little frustrating. And over the many years of playing this game, the puzzles, I was the worst in my opinion in Inazuma. Sumeru has gotten a little bit better, but the puzzles definitely still challenges you a little too much for most players' liking. And don't deny it, because the fact that Honkai Star Rail don't have people watching like videos to solve puzzles, because those puzzles, like, nobody's really gonna be struggling with those. Okay, obviously some are, but the vast majority of people are not gonna really struggle with those puzzles, right? Like in the space stations, you had those like tiles that you have to walk on, and you can only walk on once to complete it. And then in the Shenzhou, you had the lines that you had to alter, right? You had the thing that they showed, and you gotta like alter the lines to make it fit the symbol. And then there's also the cube that you had to turn to make sure the faces match the thing. There's all these small little puzzles that, sure, it could take you like 30 seconds, 1 minute, but it's not like there were puzzles in Genshin that were taking people 30 minutes to an hour to figure things out, and it was such a simple solution, like once you figure it out, right? But it was just like, HoYoVerse realized they didn't need to do that. That wasn't a necessary part of the game to keep people engaged in fun playtime, right? Making a game that players want to actively log on to and farm is going to be important. But overall, I do think that both games have their charm. Now, of course, you got, oh, Walrus, you're being wishy-washy again. But I have already said the systems in Honkai Star Rail are far, far, far better than Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact, I think, forever will be HoYoVerse's cash cow. I just feel like there's gonna be a strong enough core player base that are still gonna whale in Genshin Impact to keep the game going, and Hoyoverse is giving people ample amount of time to cool down and relax in terms of Genshin Impact, and sourcing a lot more incentives into Honkai Star Rail for people to go join, play that, and spend money in that. Is just money still going towards Hoyoverse's pocket. I think it's very unreasonable if they're thinking that they're going to be able to siphon your money for Genshin and Honkai. They're much more realistic in that manner, which means they're like, okay, you're probably not going to whale in Genshin, so we're not going to give you any reason to whale in Genshin right now, but we're going to give you 1,000,000+1 reasons to whale in Honkai Star Rail, right? Because if they give you too many options, a lot of people will just freeze and not whale in any of them. But if they give you one option, the less, like, this has been a proven psychological maneuver. It's like if they give you less options, you're much more likely to choose them. And in this case, they gave you one option. It's just whale in Honkai Star Rail. It's worked on me. It's worked on other whales. People are much more happy whaling in Honkai Star Rail. The sense of progression, that dopamine hit is much, much better right now in Honkai Star. And with all the systems, like, I'm whaling at the same time, accumulating points to get really OP standard banner 5-star weapons. Like, it's just a win-win-win on all fronts. Now, does that mean a game like Genshin Impact is going to die and wither away? No, but I do think Hoyoverse is more than happy to redistribute their player base. And going forward, Zenless Zone Zero coming out is going to further siphon players away from Genshin Impact. But look at it like this. The market cap for anime RPG game, like the players market cap for anime RPG game, is limited. It's not like there's an infinite number of player base. I think Hoyoverse has captured a large enough audience to then now promote their new games to eventually get these people into different games that they themselves enjoy. There are people who are playing Honkai Star Rail right now probably would enjoy Zenless Zone Zero far more, but Hoyoverse is right now keeping them locked in Honkai Star Rail, distracting them long enough so that when Zenless Zone Zero come out, they can immediately promote it to these people and they can then jump ship, as opposed to losing them into the ethos, right? Wuthering Waves comes out, losing them to Wuthering Waves, to Kuro Games, and not being able to pull them back. So this is all part of like the transition phase for Hoyoverse to be going from just Genshin Impact, Honkai Impact 3rd to now Honkai Star Rail, eventually Zenless Zone Zero, and who knows, in the future they might even make an MMORPG, they might even make different genres of games. Look, they're hitting all the right marks in different genres to capture players that they've already ensnared within Genshin Impact. That's all I gotta say. I'm definitely still gonna be playing Genshin Impact. However, I've definitely moved funds over from Genshin to Honkai Star Rail as well. I just feel like right now spending in Honkai versus spending in Genshin feels much better spending in Honkai. There's a lot more incentives, right? And I'm sure a lot of you guys feel the same way as well. But that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've taken enough of your time. Thank you again, chat, for sticking around. I hope you guys have been lucky on the summons and stuff. Check out U7 Buy as the channel sponsorship, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, urge you all to stay safe. Peace. Bye. It didn't crash. It didn't crash. Okay. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. Girl says MTash has quit stream Genshin and focus content on Honkai Star Rail. Yeah, MTash has been grinding it super hard. Tectone has once again been uploading like twice per day, but Tectone is doing React videos and MTash is just giving generalized tips, right? I definitely feel like I could pump out more content, but I also don't want too much fluff content. But I've been reevaluating if that's the right business decision, right? There's one thing about there's two sides of the coin here for content creators. One is, what do you want to do? I want to sit here all day playing Honkai Star Rail, playing Genshin, and talking about it. And I can make videos. I can make 2 videos. I can make 3 videos a day, but like they're not going to be high quality videos. But I've never made high quality. I mean, I have. But nowadays, my videos aren't necessarily high quality, but it's fun to talk about these things, right? It's always fun to engage myself into these conversations and to share my thoughts with you guys. And there's a lot of thoughts going, like, for example, we haven't talked about Locha really. I want to make a Locha video. I want to talk more about Silverwolf, but I've already made a Silverwolf video. But does that mean I can't make another one? What about Locha versus Silverwolf? What about Locha as a standalone healer versus potential new healers? What about Bailu's stance in the game as more healers come out? Like everything I've talked to you guys about on stream, I wish I could make videos about, but I don't know if there will be interesting, great standalone videos. I also want to react to videos like Tectone's doing. I think that's a lot of fun. Seeing other people's, because I like conversations, and other people's videos can easily start conversations for me as well. So react videos are fun. So I can literally be posting 2-3 videos a day as well, but they're all kind of gonna be conversation videos all over the place, maybe mixed between Genshin and Honkai, but that could be fun. Sanzu says Braxphone has been fairly focused. Yeah, Braxphone was in the beta. I think he was in both betas. So like he's known the game for a really long time, and he's found great success with Honkai Star Rail, and especially with Genshin Impact having no content, which is orchestrated by HoYoverse, right? That they like what's to lose? There's nothing to lose. People right now who are doing Genshin content can fully dive into Honkai Star Rail without losing anything from like Genshin Impact. They can pour like because Braxophone and these guide people, they spend a lot of time making their videos because they have to do the math. So let's say if a 5-star comes out in Genshin and a 5-star comes out in Honkai Star, they're going to be like just overloaded, right? They might not even have time to make both videos. It's just very like for them. For me, it doesn't matter. Like I said, I can turn on the thing, I can sit here, I can talk for 20 minutes, shut it down to 15 and upload it. But like they can't do that. They need to show charts, they need to show graphs, they need to do calculations, they need to do testings, they need to like have like sources and all that stuff, and they need to talk amongst themselves, double check, cross-reference, all this stuff. It takes days of work, and then plus on top of that, like recording it, like writing the script, recording it, editing it, right? It's a ton of work. Huge respects. That's why they, you know, like a lot of these guide content creators are very well respected within the community. People recognize the work that goes into making this stuff, and it also hugely benefits free-to-play players, right? So yeah. Sanzu says Mtash as always burns through content too fast, and he now complains there isn't enough content in Honkai Star. I get his feeling, but it's barely been a month yet. Yeah, like for me, Honkai Star Rail feels like it's paced quite well. You're gonna run into content walls if you're min-maxing everything, right? Because the game is designed that you should be making mistakes. You should be overdoing certain things. You should be not fully optimized in every way, shape, and form. But when you are optimized in every way, shape, and form, and then the game also gates you on Trailblazer levels, meaning like you can't farm effectively until you like relics effectively until you get to Trailblaze level 50 with I think it's World 4, right? It's just like if you know all these gimmicks, you're not making any mistakes, and you're just blasting through the content, you're definitely gonna feel like there's not enough to do. One thing about Honkai Star Rail that we do have to see on the horizon is how are their events, right? Because events are a huge thing in these games, and if the events are like what they are in Genshin Impact, I think a lot of people are going to be very disappointed. Memory of Chaos is only going to keep people distracted and busy for maybe like a couple patches before people all max out their characters. Everybody have like level 80 characters maxed out, 5-star light cones maxed out, multiple teams maxed out, even like reserve characters starting to get maxed out. Then Memory of Chaos like isn't going to keep people as distracted anymore, right? That's when events really have to jump in and capture our attention before people start being like, okay, like I see what this is about, I'm not gonna do anything anymore, I'm gonna stop buying the Welcome Moon. Like that's what HoYoverse made a mistake with Genshin Impact, is they stopped giving people a reason to play their game, right? And that's suicide in terms of these kind of games. Whereas you keep making new characters, but people aren't pulling on them, or like not as much as before, right? Because how many DPSs do you really need in Honkai Star Rail? How many supports do you really need in Honkai Star Rail, right? Like how many light cones, blah, 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 blah. They made it a system where you likely need a bunch of different elemental characters to carry the game, but at the same time, they're releasing a character like Silverwolf so early. This is why I think it's another mistake. If Silverwolf was released maybe half a year from now, I think her pull value would be much higher. But she's being released so early, and I think it's just HoYoverse's attempt to siphon money out of the whales, out of the people. Like, if you have the foresight to understand that Silverwolf's value likely will increase over time, right, as more characters come out to fit potential mono teams, which allow Silverwolf to really flex that weakness debuff, then you also understand that HoYoverse is doing this to create FOMO, right? It's once again, they're taking the best out of all of Genshin Impact to generate FOMO. And it's gonna work. Silver Wolf banner is gonna still do relatively well. Luocha's banner is gonna do relatively well, but they're also leveraging Luocha's banner because there's not enough healers in the game right now. If you don't have Bailu and Natasha, or Gepi, you're gonna get completely spanked in Memory of Chaos, right? Like no healer on the second team, you're screwed. So it's just like they're leveraging a lot of these things, and they're putting in the perfect banners to leverage FOMO, to leverage like what's that thing, like demand, those are the demand, like demand and, oh my god, supply and demand. There it is. to like supply and demand. There's not enough supply for healers, so they're gonna give you guys one to pull for. You skip him, well then if you're gonna suffer in Memory of Chaos, which a lot of people are already suffering, getting their ass beat every day in Memory of Chaos, then you know the pain, right? So they're doing everything well. They're doing everything right. One thing about the current event, the Boulder event, I believe it was called. What's it called? Yeah, the Boulder Town Super League. This event feels okay. Like it's like I wouldn't say it's amazing, but at the same time, it could have been way worse, right? So we'll see. Time will tell. Come 1.1, we'll see hopefully more events. Yeah, a lot of grinding is about to happen as people start reaching Trailblaze level 50. I think midway through 1.1, even like free-to-plays should be there, right? How many free-to-plays are even at Trailblaze level 50 right now? I think mostly are the spenders who have been refreshing their thing daily. But yeah. Skull League games, did you do it all, Walrus? I did do the lightweight one, but the next one was locked for me when I tried to access it. Oh fuck, I clicked the rules. No, why do they have that there? Okay, I want to join. Oh no, I did the featherweight. Now they unlocked the lightweight. So yeah, I'll keep moving upwards. Rid of all single. What is this? What is this? Where's my sealer? Where's my sealer? Oh, they got Branya, Natasha Tingyun. Hopefully I'm not gonna get clapped. Possible weaknesses. Oh. Opponent level 42. I should be fine. Single target abilities, crit rate 100%. I'm gonna be eating these guys for breakfast. There it is. There it is. Guess what time it is? It's my turn. Oh, this is okay. Okay, no, you just use attack boost. Oh, this is such a waste. This is such a waste. Girl, don't do it. Lost in the sea of butterflies. Illusions past. Bro, and my Sealy is so... Bro, this isn't even fair. I mean, it was never meant to be fair, but like I'm just saying, it's like holy crap. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop it. It's already dead. Stop it. Sanzu's probably looking at my ceiling like that's very cute damage you got there, Walrus. Very cute damage. Couple thousand. Man. I'm just destroying these Oh, we got a big daddy. Oh no, but he's weak to quantum. Oh. Yeah, this is not even maxed out. My Sealy is so under geared right now because no relics, like no like. Oh, okay. This is gonna be much better of a fight. Oh wait, what? that did a little more damage than I thought it was going to do. That did a little more damage than I thought it was going to do. When they are exactly when anyone about to increase damage. Oh my god, stop it. Stop it. This is not fair. Okay, this might be a challenge. Look, there's no weakness to quantum. Look at that. I think this might be the best fight yet. Look at that. But once this thing dies, the other one is gonna get clapped pretty hard. Oh, here it comes. Ishindoki! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh boy, you are in a world of pain. Oh, and the Branya ult. Oh, here it comes! My biggest hit in all of my... Nah! Oh, 35k. That's cute, I guess. There it is! Lightweight is done. The next one unlocks in 4 hours. Cool. Oh fuck, I forgot to collect the thing. However's make it seem like the draw is random, but it's not. Yeah, it gets better and better. And I mean, it should be scaling up harder and harder. Ooh, ooh. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, how many gems? Oh, I didn't even fit. Complete featherweight tournament within 8 rounds. Wow, wow. Okay. That's a little embarrassing. I think that's before I wailed. But 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 gems just from this event. Is that all? Is that all the gems they give? Oh no, there's more from here. There's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 600 gems. 600 gems. It's all right, I guess. I mean, for Sanzu, 600 gems is like it's like nothing. But I mean, for a free to play, 600 gems. That's like what, 3 pulls, right? Oh. Look who it is. It's Beluga-chan. You want to say hi to chat? They can't see it there. Okay, you want to say hello over here?
Hello.
You want to say Ishindoki in this?
Huh?
You want to say Ishindoki?
Ishindoki.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
What is Ishindoki?
Ishindoki is our waifu's catchphrase. Okay, that's gonna be it for the stream. Once again, we almost did a 3-hour stream. Welcome back, Sanzu. Hope you can tune in more often. Always love having you around. You know, without you, we don't have an icon of a whale to look towards. Would love to actually to see your account in a couple patches from now as you build it up a little, so we can experience vicariously through you how it feels to deliver the ass beating in Memory of Chaos as opposed to be on the receiving end of one. But that's gonna be that. I'm gonna go edit the video. I have another video to make. I want to make the Locha video, but I don't know if I have time today to make it. But I'll be seeing you guys around. Until next time, urge you to stay safe. Peace. Bye.